Let me check niggas' temperatures.
Huh?
Jazz the ass. You just never know. You know, he keeps saying like, I have a bar though, because he kept saying Vicky, Vicky, Vicky.
So I ain't want to bring up the Gilly. I ain't want to bring up ARAB.
Like, staple in this shit. Like, follow me on Instagram. That's deadass Poker. W. Search it out. Let's switch it up. Now let's just say it came out that his story.
Nigga, stop wild strong, nigga. I'm wild strong. What's the word? What's the word, my boy?
It's good. So how you doing on this nice good old Tuesday?
Oh, you know it's another temperature check Tuesday. But it ain't though. It's so much going on in battle rap. We haven't really talked in a couple days. So you know, we got a couple cards that have been canceled, but we also got, and I told you this. Remember, I said that it's something that TVL got going on right now. Last week, before they even dropped the full card, I said they could potentially have the best card ever. Like the card was just setting up like that. Halftime, right after the Super Bowl on Sunday, they dropped the full card. Now that you've seen the full card, how do you feel about my statement?
On paper, it looks true.
Okay. I want you to keep that same energy. Oh yeah, I want to talk about these time limits too. Don't think you got away from that conversation.
Bro.
Don't think you got away from that conversation. But we got, you know what I'm saying? One of the, I don't know what to call him, a rising star. He's someone that I feel like is one of the best in the business right now. One of the most consistent. I think it ain't too many questions left on his resume. And the biggest question in 2025 for him was, where was the smoke? Y'all, man, y'all saw it on Rum Nitty, and all y'all scattered like cockroaches when the lights turned on. Didn't nobody want to smoke. A couple of y'all wanted to smoke. We heard about that, but we're gonna let him talk about that. This is none other than, you know what I'm saying, the red hoodie guy himself, the red hat goblin. You know what I'm saying? The one that I feel like is probably one of the most innovative pens in battle rap. And I feel like it's somebody that, if he continues on this trajectory, battle rap is definitely in good hands, man. Shout out to Doc Rowe for setting up this interview. I appreciate you, my boy. But it is the man, the myth, the legend, Yunus.
Yo, what's the word, man? What's popping?
What's popping, Yunus? What's good? What's good?
So I'm chilling, man. How about y'all?
Man, look, we got about 7 to 10 inches of snow headed my way. So, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of time to do some battle rap content.
I heard that. I was worried.
So, 2024.
Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh.
2024, the last time we talked to you after the Rum Nitty battle, we had all these possibilities. We were talking about all these different battles potentially that you could have, that you wanted to see. And then last week, I see you make an announcement, I do believe, on X saying, you know, y'all tried to make battles happen. Your favorite battler is ducking you. You didn't think you was gonna be battling at all in the first quarter. So how did we go from your hit list to that to now you arguably being on the best card ever on paper?
So me and Doc was trying to really get something set up for like late February. But unfortunately, like, and that's what caused me to make that tweet, because it was a couple of names that, you know, just accepted and then declined. So there are other names that were like, you know, something that came up, so it just was what it was. But then there are other names that just flat out accepted and then just straight up declined. So it was kind of like damn near a waste of time. What was the point of accepting at that point if you weren't gonna, you know, if you're just gonna decline it like 3 days later? Like, what was the point of that, you know? So
can you give us some names? You being kind of vague with this. Can you give a couple of names?
Well, Capo's one for sure.
Not the Bash Money King himself.
Yeah, it was whatever. And whatchamacallit, Dice said Dice wasn't one of the people who accepted then declined. He was one of the people who just straight up declined for his own reasons. Same with Av, just because like it was later. It was like, because if Capo didn't accept that match, then it could have potentially had been Av that I would have faced. But then because Capo accepted and then declined later on, it just didn't work no more for Av. So by the time that was brought up to him, it just didn't work out no more. So it was too late for that. And I'm gonna save the other names for later on in the future when they get booked later on this year. Those two, I want them to be surprises. Y'all will find out from that point on. Like, but yeah.
So let me ask you, was it that you reached out to Kapo first when it comes between him and Av? Because most people would say if you have the ability to battle Av, that's the battle that you jump out the window and take. Dead ass, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But it was more so of a thing like it was gonna be a whole situation where, like, it was gonna be like, money on the floor. It was gonna be like a huge thing for both of us. And I also considered the fact like people wanted to see me versus Capo as it was, because we're in the same class, and that was going to make it with the 1,000 on the floor would have made it a whole little thing more to talk about, outside of us battling. So, but if he had declined, then it would have been like, okay, well, that's not really too much of an issue because that could happen later on. Then, me and Av could get set up. It wasn't more so of like it was kind of, I guess, a preference thing, because the extra, 1,000 on the floor kind of gave it like okay, let's go with Kapo with this one. And then Av already like agreed, like he wanted to battle me. So that could definitely happen like later on this year, So it wasn't like, I'd rather do this than that. It was more so just like a preference type of thing here.
Got you. So it seems to me, are you getting the narrative that you might be too much of a fan favorite? Do you have too much momentum behind you to the point that I feel like niggas is starting to duck you and starting to make you? I don't want to, because if I say this publicly and it becomes a narrative, I'm going to be pissed. But I think you know where I'm going to go with this without even having to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like people are trying to put you in that light or put you in that certain category?
Honestly, at first I did, just because like of the amount of names that it just ended up not working out as far as me battling them for this first quarter. At first I thought it was going to be like depicted that way, and it was just like, it was kind of crazy at first. But then the moment like that passwords battle got locked in, I was like, okay, so it's not necessarily like they just flat out like scared of me, which like plays a factor into why they didn't want to battle me. But it was also more so like, okay, they want like more time. They see me as that much of a threat that like they need like more time than they regularly would for other people. So, yeah.
Okay, no, that works. I think when it's the Rum effect. Like I told people, like once you had that performance against Rum, I felt like you became one of Battle Rap's boogeymen. I feel like everyone's trying to clear their schedule. They got to make sure, you know what I'm saying, their kids don't got no basketball games, no tournaments coming up. They got to make sure they ain't got no family vacations coming up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure their taxes is turned in on time. Like, you got to be in the perfect scenario to battle Yunus right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I get it. You know, like, I definitely get it. It's just unfortunate because it's like with certain names, like who be like talking about me, you know what I'm saying, so much, saying they so much better than me, and then when you get that call, like you don't accept it, and on top of that, you accept it and then decline it, you know, like where was all that talking in? So I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. So.
All right, well, we live in the building with Yunus, man. Again, I think a first quarter that I felt like he had set himself up to really be in a lot more conversations right now. But again, to go from not knowing where your next battle is going to be to now being on the biggest card, arguably ever in battle rap. How did the Passwords battle come about?
So that one where Chilla reached out to me and Doc, you know, as far as he wanted us on this card, he wanted me to be on this card, like a card of this magnitude. He didn't want me to like miss out on this type of opportunity. And we was discussing a couple of possibilities, like maybe a 2-on-2, a couple other names, and me and Doc had suggested like if, you know, Pass was available for this, and it turns out he was, and then he not only did he accept it, but he really wanted to battle me as well. So that was pretty like a straightforward process. It wasn't no like, oh yeah, I'll take it, and then, you know, a couple of days later I get declined, you know what I'm saying, and they duck me, you know what I mean? Like Passwords wasn't on that type of time, you know what I mean? So I got all respect for Passwords, you know what I'm saying? West Coast legend. Yeah. So it was pretty straightforward as far as that was booked.
And hold on, Deadass. I know where you about to go, Deadass, but hold on. So, but to your point, when the battle was announced, and even in the spaces when they talk about it, like, is it getting difficult to book you because you are a heavy favorite almost every single time? Unless you battling literally Rum Nitty, you seem to be an overwhelming favorite when it comes to the battles that you take. Is that becoming difficult for you to find the bookings and get the battles that you want to get when you want to get them?
Yes and no. I say yes because like this whole first quarter thing was just like a series of unfortunate events, but I've had like different battlers reach out to me personally and be like, yo, like one of these days, like I can't like wait to like lock in with you, you know what I mean? Like Av done went on his way to say that publicly, you know. Mike P had an interview where he was stating like he wanted me to be his last URL battle this year, you know, and so it's not like a whole bunch of battlers who's just up and like, you know, just scared to face me. It's definitely, I feel like it was just a bunch of mishaps that happened this first quarter, but later on this year, like things are gonna roll out smoothly. So that's why I say yes and no. For real.
Got you. All right, Deadass, go ahead.
Out the gate. Yunus, if you could disclose this, what's the time limit for you and Password?
That one is, I believe, 2 minutes. I believe so, yeah. I believe it's 2 minutes, yeah.
Yunus, me and Deadass have been going back and forth over the past week because I told him it's time for him to shift his standing when it comes to battle rap. Mm-hmm. He, specifically when it comes to time limits in battle rap, this nigga is hell bent on saying we need 3:30, 4 minute rounds for these battles.
That's
I'm
straight
bro,
30.
I said one, you don't know how long these other battles are, how long the rounds are. Secondly, I've never gotten mad because a battle was 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to a 2-minute round versus the 3:30, like, is there a different strategy that goes into it? Are you trying to pack more information into that 2 minutes? Are you still trying to keep that same type of cadence and delivery that you normally bring to the stage?
Yeah, because me and Nitty was 2:30, you know, and so with that one, I want to like go over the time limit with that one just because, like,
That was the Nexus joint. Go ahead.
I want to like go crazy with the time limit with that one. I really wanted to stick with 2:30, so I've managed to find a way to like find all these things I want to talk about and then compact them into these 2:30 rounds. I plan to do the same with these 2-minute rounds, but pass is definitely like a little bit of a different strategy for real. But I don't stray too much away from what I already do. I just more so got to get to the point a little cleaner and faster with these shorter rounds, obviously. So, but I could also like hit up pass and be like, yo, if you, I guess, wanted to go like maybe, I guess 3 minutes is, I don't necessarily have a problem with that for real. But yeah, 3:30 though is kind of crazy though. I'm not gonna lie.
Three with a 30-second grace period.
For this card, considering it's like 10 battles on each day.
He didn't forget what it's like. He didn't forget what it's like to stand up for 10 hours watching battle rap.
I said 10 hours period, nigga. Like,
body's just gonna be dropping. Legs is weak.
Yeah,
I do that on a regular. That so for me, yeah.
Yeah, they need to invest in seats. I'm not gonna lie.
See, there we go. That's what you got to say. Give us some theater seats. You know what I'm saying? And if the battles could be Temp is just Temp is a pandemic baby. You get what I'm saying? Temp is he likes he likes the short rounds. Pulse. You get what I'm saying? I was like, I'm a nigga that's in the middle with it. Pulse. Like I could do 3:30s. I could do 2. It just depends on the battles. Certain battles like a Jazz and Hollow being 2 minutes, I'm like, no, I'll need that to be a little longer. Pause. You get what I'm saying? It's just the magnitude on the battle.
What are you doing, dead ass? You are a repeat offender.
That was 3 of them.
It was no way. Look, that's why I had to keep saying pause, bro. It's no
sir.
Hey, I respect the pauses, but damn, man.
Like, wow, sir. And then one of them was literally the next sentence after you said pause.
Yeah,
cool.
Yo, y'all niggas, I hate you. I hate you niggas in battle rap, bro. Y'all, it's the everything gotta be paused. In my real life, I ain't gotta pause everything. I go to work, we not pausing like that. It's regular joints.
Also, who was ducking Yunus? Yunus said Kapo. He double dunk. I'm gonna call it double duction. You know the game of double dutch. Do girls still play double dutch in the streets now with the 2 jump ropes? They kind of wait. I
don't be seeing that like that no more. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, well, yeah, we got to get back to the picnics then this summer. But yes, I ain't gonna call it ducking. I'm gonna say double duction. Kapo, double duction. Dice, double duction. Av, we leave that as a footnote. We'll get back to that. Somebody else, we're not gonna mention no names. I got a feeling I know who it is, but we'll get back to that. Did I miss anybody else?
Nah, that was it.
My man said it's a. Did you try to get on the no cut card?
Nah, I did get hit up for that, but I couldn't do it because of it was in March, and during that March I'm not battling at all.
Ramadan, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. So
shout out Jay Schmo. He says, thank God I ain't gotta hear no more who's the best in the top 12.
No, you don't. Oh.
and I well, here's the thing. I definitely I definitely believe that you and Kapo have to see each other. The road is just y'all are definitely on a one-way street, going opposite ends. So I'm definitely looking forward to that battle. I like, Kapo loves the money on the floor situation. Let's not play no games about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Bash Money reputation kind of, it was founded upon when you think about Midnight Madness. But do you think that story needs an extra storyline? I think the money would have been interesting. It gives us something else. But I think talent-wise, I think promo-wise, honestly, I think you're becoming a lot better promoter than people are giving you credit for. I think but I think that's that Capo battle is definitely something that we want to see. But would you want to have that on a big league, on a big stage? Because that is the one thing that the one question about Yunus is, can you do this on a big stage?
You asked him like if me and Capo battle on the big stage?
I'm asking, do you feel like storyline, because one of the biggest thing that media has been talking about in 2025 is the lack of storylines when it comes to potential battles. We have a lot of battle announcements, a lot of great events, but it's like we don't have storylines to go with it. Is that where you and Capo, that battle kind of aligns with? There's already a storyline. You guys are the URL top 6, top 12. You know what I'm saying? Two of the top young gunners from those classes. Here y'all
are. I definitely feel like me and Capo have a little storyline. We definitely had talks about locking it in, especially with him accepting and then ducking me right after. That definitely adds more into the storyline that we already got between us. But this is definitely one of them type of storyline matchups for real that I feel like the culture been missing out on. And I feel like the longer it happened, like the longer we wait for that matchup, the more like storyline could end up developing from that. And whenever it happens, it's gonna be, talked about even more from that point on. So I definitely see it as one of those matchups for real. Including like me and Dice, and like me and Foots, and me and Wusa, just because like it's really different storylines with them four for real that we got to talk about. So yeah, I feel like those 4 matchups for real got them storylines that people really been missing out on. So yeah.
We live in the building with Yunus, man. Again, just announced over the weekend he is battling Pass on Apollo. Going down April 12th and 13th in Houston. Shout out TBL for that. Go get your tickets. Go to rapgrid.com. The PPV is only $70. I'm not necessarily mad at the PPV for $70. It could have been way worse. I thought that I think that is a reasonable price when you think about all the names and all the talent that you are on this card. And just to be mentioned, just to be on the same card as we look at this, obviously you're on the same card as a returner, KCJ in Texas. You're on the same card as Hollow the Dawn versus Jazz, New Jersey Twerk versus A-Ward, Arsenal versus Marv One, and so many countless other legends and top tiers and guide tiers that are on this 2-day event. Does it become a competitive thing to now I'm competing against them? Like, I know it's Daylight, it's Nitty. But hell, I just battled Nitty. So low key, you know what I'm saying? I can see myself headlining a 2-day event like this, but I gotta prove it. Is it that type of motivation going into the raps when it comes to this battle and this performance?
So for sure. Like I look at it like it's a lot of things that play into it as far as it's my first time in Houston. This is like the biggest audience I've ever battled in front of. Like the magnitude of the card, like the amount of top tiers and different names that's all on. It's like 42 battlers on this card, like on day 1 and 2.
It's a Royal Rumble.
That's crazy. So that alone, I'm like, fool, I'm really competing with some of the best in this culture. And I feel like I'm ready to show and prove, like, and have performance of the night. That's really my goal. Performance of the night. Like, it's crazy.
Now again, obviously, like I said, I know you getting ready for Pass. And again, performance of the night. Even again, when you think about Miss Hustle being on the same day as you, Casey's another top performer. I like Snake Eyes. I can make the argument that the undercard, obviously the headliners are gonna, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna carry the card from a name standpoint, but the undercard, quote unquote, battles are just as fire as the headliner. I'm not gonna like you and Pass is a battle that I feel like needs to have been given the trajectory that you on. Again, it's nice to see the injection of younger talent on this card. It's not some of the same old names that you normally see carrying this card. So when you look at this card, what do you think about it? Outside of it, do you think like this is a card that the writers will flourish, or do you feel like this is going to be more of a performance-based audience when you get to Houston?
So I look at it like, I'm not gonna lie, I think though it's kind of difficult to say, because when you really like look at it, and this is something that was brought to my attention for real, like day 2 is more, you see more like pens, and then day 1 you see more performers. You know what I'm saying? As far as like day 2 with the pens, you got Daylight, Rum, Ilmac, Sick, Chilla, Verb, Jay, Danny, JC, like Ace, Hands, like it's a whole lot of writers on day 2, and then day 1 with performers, Twerk, Ward, Hustle, Arsenal, Loso, J2, and it's a whole lot of that. I feel like we got like a good mix of like people who are better with the pen and people who are better with performance on this whole event. I don't necessarily, and on top of that, with it being in Houston, I've seen a lot of Houston battles, and they've never like necessarily disappointed from what I've seen as far as being a crowd. And I've been told like they're the most receptive to anybody for real. As long as you fire, if you fire, you fire. It don't really matter whether you focus more on your pen or more on your performance. So I necessarily don't think it matters as far as which, for real.
No, Houston has had some legendary cards. I believe something known 9 was in Houston. I know Summer Madness 11 was in Houston.
Yep.
Houston does have the narrative of being one of the better, if not the best, battle rap crowd that we have in our culture. So again, it's going down. Apollo, Houston, we have a problem. April 12th, April 13th, with headliners being Daylight versus Nitty, and Hollow versus Jazz.
Man.
What are a couple battles that you are looking forward to seeing on this card outside of the obvious? What are some
personally, Jada Nightwing and Ill Will? That one is crazy, man. That's a style clash like that. I never necessarily thought of it, but when it got set up, I'm like, damn, that's a great matchup. JC versus Madflex. I'm looking forward to Hansel versus Ace.
I'm looking forward to. I think Hansel versus Ace is a very that could shock a lot of people. I think the Kapo versus Snake Eyes could shock a lot of people. I don't know. You don't think Kapo and Snake Eyes is gonna be good? Oh yeah,
I could be wrong. It's cool, personally. I don't know. I don't know.
I love the New Jersey Twerk versus A Ward.
Yeah, me too.
I think that battle that battle could get crazy because Twerk is he's way more into the Bible from a historical standpoint than people know him to be. You really got to know, you know what I'm saying, who his mother is and what his background is to understand that. I think when this battle was first announced, A Ward versus New Jersey Twerk a couple years ago, I felt like it was more of a layup for A Ward. At that point in time, New Jersey Twerk was still going through some of choking and stumbling and things of that nature. He ain't battling the same New Jersey Twerk.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No,
he's not battling the same New Jersey Twerk. So I'm very interested in this battle. But again, like I said, 2-day weekend. I love 2-day cards. Outside of the fact that I know people's legs is going to be cramping up, please drink y'all waters. You know what I'm saying? Please make sure y'all hydrate. I know y'all going to be out there drinking, having a good time, doing all the things, but please make sure that y'all are taking care of yourselves health-wise. Random, but how is the jacket sales going?
Hey, man, they going great. I'm not going to lie to you, man. These little ET red hoodies, you know what I'm saying? Made by yours truly. Serious inquiries, you can go ahead and hit my DMs or my manager, the Battle Rap Doctor, if you're interested in buying one. Sales been going great. I can't even lie to you.
No, that's good to hear. Can you let us know how much one is?
You gotta hit the DMs, man. You gotta hit the DMs, man.
We got you. So once we get past the passwords battle, what are we looking forward to for 2025?
2025, and for real, I'm gonna make a real effort for it to start with pass as far as showcasing another level, because a lot of my fans, a lot of my supporters been waiting for me to get these certain type of matchups, and I want to show and prove this year, like, not only with being like I'm going on a Cody run as well. I want to reach another level that like solidifies me even more than I already am now. Because I look at it like, okay, I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? There's no denying it. But now I gotta go. There's another level I can reach. You know what I'm saying? To keep it plain and simple. And even with the names that I called out, with Danny Myers, Real Sick, Chess, and Av, and Mike P, and a couple other names. With these matchups, I look at it like these are the certain type of matchups that not only do people want to see, but those battlers also want to battle me as well. And I want to give the fans what they want and deserve, and my supporters what they want and deserve from me, and beyond, and go above and beyond that, you know what I'm saying, and go exceed their expectations, you know. And I also feel like there's a couple of names out there that low-key been like playing with me. So as far as like, I'm not here in this culture, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not who I am, you know, or I can't necessarily reach that like top tier stage, as much as like my fans and supporters believe that I can. So
Trina,
I'm really here to shout out to Katrina. That was oddly enough the first comment that I seen, but shout out to her. I don't know why I was the first one, but shout out to Katrina for sure. She's been showing me mad love and support. I really want to. That's really the theme of this year. Like, it's show and prove, for real, for real.
But who been playing with your name though?
I feel like it's a couple of fans from other people that really don't think, you know, if I go against certain names, like if I go against people like Chess, you know what I'm saying, or if I go against somebody like Real Sick, eventually, like, that I'm gonna just get flat out smoked, you know what I'm saying. And it's mainly with the Chess one, for real, for real. Like, I don't have a problem with Chess per se as a human being or anything of that nature. But it's been this whole narrative that like I'm a, knock off chess and, all these different things that I don't necessarily, I never really saw it for real. And that kind of fueled me more as to proving his fans wrong. And not only his fans, but like all the other people who like constantly stated, that I'm a knockoff chess, because I never really saw it. And on top of that, I don't feel like now that I don't think he can beat me right now. And I feel like the longer that, we wait the battle, the more difficult it is for him to like be able to like beat me for real. So
look, you preaching to the choir right now. I've been saying I understand. I understand that I get it. Chess is a golden child of battle rap, but at the same time, the rubber got to meet the road. And you know what I'm saying? I know people don't like talking about what have you done for me lately, but shit, when you make bets, when you do your parlays, don't you worry about what team is playing good, what basketball player, football players playing good at the right time. Even to take it a step further, angry fan. I made the argument the last time you was on the show when I talked about you possibly being top tier just based off the talent, based off the consistency, the names that you were getting, and just overall, I just believe in it doesn't take as long to reach top tier status as people would think it does. We do power rankings. College football does a weekly top 25 every week. So why do we try to consistently make low tiers or mid tiers stay in this framework for 10 plus years before they can be considered top tier?
Yeah.
So what do you say to the angry fans that doubt you?
Shoot. Go ahead and keep doubting me. It's only a certain amount of time where you can't deny me, because I look at it like every single top tier has had that moment and phase in their career where they was doubted beyond belief. You know what I'm saying? As far as, oh, no, he can't do this with this person. Oh, no, he can't do this with that person, And that's what really made them top tier. Like, they've done a certain amount of things that were just like, okay, like, we can't, like, you'd be like disrespecting not only them, but the culture itself, as far as like what this person has done, the impact this person has brought, the material, the performances. Is certain things like you can't go against with top tiers. That's why they're top tiers. That's what separates top tiers from mid tiers, like the amount of impact that they've created. So go ahead and keep down me for I live for stuff like that. I love proving people wrong. So that adds more fuel to my fire already. So yeah.
Okay. No, I like that. One last question before we get you up out of here. What do you say to the people? Because I'm even seeing it in the chat. What do you say to the people that say that you are too humble in this culture of battle? And this is something that I've had to deal with my own self. Like, I'm not a big shit talker because that's not how I carry it in my real life. Yeah. But understanding there is a level of entertainment that does come to battle rap. Do you struggle when it comes to like who you are outside of battle rap versus who people want you to be inside of the culture?
Yeah, a little bit, just more so because like I'm similar with you as far as, I don't really do too much. Like, I would genuinely have to be like to dislike somebody for me to go above and beyond with, as far as like talking ish to whoever. But I've just seen like people like, Geechee and Nitty, do what they do and get to that certain level. Of course, they was, talking when they had to talk, but like for the most part throughout their career, they didn't necessarily have to do that too much, as far as, just they didn't have to go above and beyond like you see somebody like Kapo or, does, and they've gotten so much more respect. And the same would say like I've gotten a lot more respect than somebody like Kapo, you know what I'm saying, even though he goes above and beyond with his promo. And it's just the talent doesn't equal up. Like the performances don't really show with, like it's like kind of like, what's the point if you don't put all this time into your promo and not your raps? Like it's kind of like, what's the point? So I necessarily um I will admit, like that's just not naturally who I am, But I do understand it's an entertainment, it's a business to it, all of it. So I feel like the more battles that happen for me this year, the more y'all definitely gonna see that from me. Especially with the certain matchups that I want and the certain matchups that the culture wants from me. Y'all gonna see like more of that side from me for real. Cause I'm not gonna lie, this I'm getting just a little bit like irritated for real. So
okay, Yunus got a chip on his shoulder. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Let these niggas know, Yunus.
It's I don't know, it's kind of like disrespectful at this point. I get it, like people want to see more from me, and in due time you will, but like you can't deny the work that I've been putting in ever since my foot was in the door. You know what I'm saying? From Twitter Spaces to now, like the amount of like my final exams with Miss Hustle, I've had only four battles on URL, and two of those were main events, which was JC and Nitty, and JC and Nitty alone, a lot of people don't have that on their career, and they haven't gotten those top tier performances that people cared about. Like when you look at for example, a bunch of other people could battle Nitty, and it's just like brushed off. But when I battle Nitty, it's looked at like one of the battles of the year. Same with me and JC. Same with me and Hustle. Same with me and Hansel. Same with me and Klutz. Every single matchup that I've had has been talked about throughout the year, whether win or loss. Like me and Franchise, you know what I'm saying? That was the most talked about matchup during that card. And that was like battle of the night, whether you had me winning or losing. The same with Holmesy, as far as like when with me, I'm not gonna lie, in the moment I even admitted that I lost, but like that was one of the more so talked about matchups throughout that whole card. Me going overseas in London battling the top rapper in Africa, Slim Buck, you know what I'm saying? That matchup was talked about. That was battled down on that card too. I've never strayed away from having either performance of the night or battle of the night on every battle that I've had thus far in my career. So it's kind of like, what else is there to talk about? But it's cool. Like I said, stuff like that fuels me to go above and beyond and to another level, just to keep proving y'all wrong time and time again. Because I mean, obviously y'all don't see what the past work that I've done. So all right, watch this. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah.
No, we definitely will, man. Again, it's going down. Apollo, Houston, we have a problem. April 12th, April 13th. My dog is on the day one card against Paz, with the main event that day being Hollow versus Jazz the Rapper Yunus. Man, I appreciate you pulling up. Congratulations on the announcement. Hopefully, we can get more announcements, more opportunities for you to shut some of these naysayers up about you. I look forward to seeing the battle April 12th in Houston.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You have a good one, my brother.
Likewise.
All right, man. Now y'all already know. We already got a couple people that's ready to rebuttal a couple of things they heard on this interview. So yes, I will be getting up with Kapo, and we will be having that interview go down probably tonight. Him and Dollar, I want to bring him up. Obviously, Kapo is on the Snake Eyes card. Capo's also on Intruders. Dollar Bills on Intruders. So no, we definitely got a lot of work to talk about. Also, look forward to interviews. Shout out TOS. They got Truffaut versus A-Ward going down. So I'm working with Truffaut, making sure I get that interview. What else? Coffee. We will be having a coffee interview this week as well. And then Hansel. Also, Hansel is another one that we working with. So You know, we gonna keep putting out this good battle rap content, but I appreciate each and every one of y'all for pulling up like y'all always do each and every time, man. Make sure y'all do me a favor before y'all leave, man, whether it be on X or whether it be on YouTube. Please share the stream. Please hit the likes, man. It helps the channel grow. It helps us gain more subscribers, more eyes, and continue to grow this thing called battle rap. Appreciate each and every one of y'all for pulling up. Shout out Yunus, shout out Doc Rowe, shout out everybody at Doc Rowe. Doc Rowe, Yunus ain't the only one I want to interview from your staple, man. You got Rock Lee, you got a couple people, you got Prez Mafia, you got people over here that's shaking up the culture that I want to talk to, especially because Rock Lee got big ice on no entourage. Come on, man. I'm promoing while I'm promoing. That's all I'm saying. But y'all already know, man, I will get with y'all tonight. I got to get back to daddy duties. You know what it says, proud black dad. But this is Temperature Check. I am your host as always, man, Mr. Check the Temperature. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And you know the motto, we ain't just getting started. We been here. See y'all soon.